What's up, guys? I'll be going on air in 2 minutes.
You're a dirty fucking whore!
Ooh. Need Mike here for that one. Cheers. Let's make sure. Yep. All right, Mike's working. Seemingly. Can't see the monitor, though. All right. Hello. What's up, guys? It is Tuesday night. It's Tech Talk Tuesdays. I'm Alex, and I'm glad to have you here with me. Been quite a weekend, right? I hope everybody had a good holiday. I spent it with Jenny and some of her family. We were up in the mountains. I was literally on a mountain. It was what a great place too. Her aunt and uncle live up in, I don't know, somewhere up in the mountains, I guess. And I swear it was like the house is built onto the side of the thing. And it was, oh God, it was like being in Hitler's eagle's nest. There was even a underground lair / bunker / man cave, and with a safe room and a storm room. And man, it was fantastic. And we had a great time. Then I guess that was Thursday. Friday, tailgated at the Atlanta Gladiators game with Keith and some friends. That was fun. And then Saturday was Alsgiving, which is the yearly celebration that Keith puts on, combination of my birthday and Thanksgiving. Alsgiving, it's a thing. Start to celebrate it. It's kind of cool. So yeah, that was fun. A big old Keith smoked a turkey and a ham, and man, they came out beautifully. It was great. All right, so Tuesday. Today is the runoff election in the Georgia 43rd, and Janice is obviously running against Tanya. And I chatted with Denise earlier, and she said they hopefully will know the result of the election by 9 or around 9 o'clock, and she's going to send me a message, hopefully, and let me know how that went. I hope everybody, whichever side of the aisle you're on, I hope everybody was able to get out and vote, um, exercise your civic duty. It's hell, it's the one thing they cannot, well, I suppose they can take it away from people, but it's the one thing they should not take away from people. And hopefully everybody was able to get out and do that. Um, a little housekeeping. Beginning, I think, next Wednesday, um, which should be the 9th. Mike, Military Mike, who is, by the way, back with the station, and he's doing the morning show occasionally. He sits in. He is starting his own show on Wednesday nights, The World According to Mike. Because Mike is kind of an oaf, he doesn't know how to run any of this equipment, so I'll be doing that for him. I'll be coming in on Wednesday evenings. For right now, it may turn into a permanent thing. I'm not sure, but for right now, I'll be coming in, and I'm not sure really what I'll be doing other than running the buttons. I'm sure there'll be some conversation and some fights between Mike and I. We shall see. So that's The World According to Mike, and that begins next Wednesday. So what happened last week or this week? Well, I haven't been wearing my Apple Watch much. I'm wearing my Tag Heuer today, simply because I had to. This tag is a quartz watch, not mechanical, and the battery was getting old. I ordered a new battery off of Amazon, and I ordered a watch repair toolkit, which is really cool. Includes a bunch of stuff, a little vise and pin pushers and a case back opener, micro screwdrivers, all kind of stuff for like repairing watches. And it made swapping out the battery in this a breeze, because they're not really designed to be user serviceable, I suppose. You're supposed to, you should use the correct tool. So I ordered those on Amazon. The toolkit was, I think, $7. It was next to nothing. And the batteries are cheap. Well, they're cheap on Amazon, a couple of bucks for the battery. If I tried to get that, the last one I bought at Radio Shack, and it was $8 for a battery. So I now I have Prime. I figured I'd Prime that on Amazon. So that was fun. Got to open up the case back of this watch. While I was in there, I put a sticker in there with my phone number just in case it ever gets stolen. All you have to do is take off the case back, prove it's mine. Thought that was a, well, I'm not gonna say a clever idea, but a neat idea. So now I'm probably, my Omega is due a service, and that's a mechanical watch, and I've never delved into that. So I'm thinking about maybe watching some, I don't know, maybe getting the shop manual, I'm going to call it shop manual for that watch, and reading through it, maybe watching some repair videos, and seeing if service on a mechanical watch is something I want to tackle. I don't know. I mean, I've built computers, and I take a lot of things apart, but the parts in this are tiny. I'm not sure if it's something I want to mess with there. I think Danny's going to be calling in tonight, and Danny said she's going to be. She said she's going to sound awful smart this evening. I think she sounds awful smart every week, but the girl has 19 degrees, so she should sound awful smart. Now, I don't know what she plans on talking about, so that'll be interesting. Now, Scott was talking about something on the morning show this morning. He said there's I guess, a gang of marauders in Conyers, so the Purple Gang or something like that, who are breaking into homes. And I wanted just to touch again on home security and security cameras and some of the options that are available to people these days, because you don't have to spend thousands of dollars and sign a multi-year contract and pay a big monthly monitoring fee these days to keep your house secure. With home automation, there are a number of options available to you, uh, affordably. I think affordable for almost anybody when you consider what it's protecting. Now, the one I use personally is called Canary, and it started off life as a Kickstarter campaign. That's where they raise money online to fund the production of their product. Um, and I got in on it during the Kickstarter and got my device that way. Now it's a standalone device. Scott said this morning it looks kind of like a speaker, and it I guess it does. It looks sort of like a Bluetooth speaker. It hooks up to it connects to Wi-Fi in your home, or it can be hardwired if you would prefer to do it that way. Um, I believe they're less than they're sub $200. And they have a monthly plans for this device. It comes with a free plan with no monitoring fees, which stores X amount of video and lets you download, I think, one or two, possibly a month. I'll have to check into that. And then there are plans after that. There's the one I use is the $50 plan per year, so it's $4.99 a month, or I think I pay $50 for the whole year. It allows me to download unlimited clips, videos that it stores in the cloud. Whatever. That's if you choose the monthly online storage thing, but it comes with free storage. So the Canary will record video. It has a motion detection camera, and if it detects motion, it records a clip to the cloud. It also sends an alert to your phone or your iPad or whatever you have, and tells you that it's detected activity. So you can then open the app. You can look at the clip that it just recorded to see what happened, and you can also press the watch live button and monitor what's going on in real time. You can sound an alarm from your phone, which goes off in the house. You can obviously download these clips to your device just in case you need them for law enforcement. The camera is night vision. It's a wide angle lens. It's 170 degrees, I believe. I have mine. Well, I can say where it's effectively in the corner of a room, and it gets very wide. Probably it's 170, maybe it's 160 degrees. I'm not sure, but it covers everything. It covers all the entrances into my home, and it's crystal clear. It's high def video. The Canary also has ambient monitoring. It will monitor temperature and humidity and what it calls air quality. I'm really not sure what it measures for that. I think carbon monoxide levels, and it's honestly probably a combination of the humidity and the temperature and carbon monoxide to tell you whether your air is healthy. But that's nice because if you have a flood, and obviously the humidity level is going to rise and it's going to alert you. If you have a fire, the temperature is going to rise and it's going to alert you. And from in the app, you press one button and it calls the emergency services and gets them to your house as well. So that's the Canary. I think it's really good, very affordable. It can be free each month, or up to, I think, all the way up to $10 a month for a certain level of service. I don't think that's really necessary. You can pair multiple of these devices together. They communicate again over Wi-Fi, or you can wire them together, so you can put one on a bookshelf in your living room, have one in a bedroom, or wherever you keep your guns safe or anything like that. And great little device. However, it's not the only option. The Nest, the people that make the Nest thermostat, also make their Nest camera. That is, it used to be called the Drop Cam. See how much it is. It used to be called the Drop Cam, and they changed the name to the Nest camera. And it's effectively the same thing. It looks like a little popsicle to be honest. Again, you set it on a shelf. It's a wide angle lens. You can pick up the Nest Cam for looks like $170. You can pick up a 3-pack of them for $500. They again connect via Wi-Fi. Now these operate in a different way. They are always recording. They're recording 24/7 to the cloud, and to access your clips, you log on to the website, and you can review any clips it's recorded. You can download clips. You can send them to people if you want to. If it catches a cute video of your kids playing or something, you can save that section and send it off to people. Those are $10 a month for monitoring, period. That's for each camera, by the way. So if you have 3 of them, that would be $30 a month. Yeah, I think that's right. Maybe you may get a discount on additional cameras. But it's a neat camera from, like I say, from the people that make the Nest thermostat. Also, Netgear. Now, it's the Netgear Arlo, and I think this is a nice system. It uses cameras that what do they look like? I don't know. They're like eyeballs, effectively, and they come with a magnetic mount. So you put the mount somewhere, you attach the camera to it, and then the camera swivels on this magnetic mount, so you can point it in whatever direction you need to point it in. They are battery operated cameras. They use the CR123 batteries, which can get expensive, by the way. So order those on Amazon as well. They're a lot cheaper that way. They are weatherproof, so you can even mount them outside. And they do have a permanent fixed mount available for it. I think it's $20 for the permanent mount for any outdoor cameras, so they don't get stolen. So you can monitor your driveway and pet walkway and front door, for example. Again, it comes with a sort of a DVR base station which plugs into your network, and it records all of its video to this DVR. So there is no cloud backup for this device. So if somebody steals the base station, then obviously they get away with the video too. And I'm not sure, I don't know if they have an option to back up to the cloud. I suppose it's possible that you can then back up the DVR to the cloud somehow. Again, there are no monthly monitoring fees with this. The only real cost would be batteries for the cameras. People say that their average life is 6 months. And of course, if they're outdoors and it's cold, that can drop dramatically. Again, there are apps for your mobile devices, so you can monitor it remotely, and it will send you alerts. There, of course, it's motion detection as well, and night vision. So, and by the way, so is the Nest Cam, as it's called now. Now the Arlos are quite expensive. It's a step up, I guess, in quality and functionality. You can get a 4-camera system for $500. I would check on Amazon. You might find it cheaper. You can get a 2-camera system for $329. Again, I would check on Amazon. You can also, now they don't have it listed on their website, but you can also get a single camera system to start out with, which is 1 camera and the base station. Like I say, I don't see that listed on their website. That might be a Best Buy exclusive. So if you started off with a single camera system, you can then buy just additional cameras, and I think those are $99. You can buy those individually and add them to your system as you go. I like the Arlo. I've been thinking about upgrading to this. I honestly just haven't, because the Canary has been working for me. But maybe as my needs grow, I'll consider updating to this. But I think that's the best of the 3. I would pick the if you're on a tight budget, go with the Canary because there is a completely free option other than buying the device. There's an option for no monthly monitoring. Then the drop cam, obviously $10 a month, or sorry, Nest Cam, $10 a month, and then the Arlo, which is again no monthly monitoring fees, but the cost of entry is quite high. But it I believe is the best option for these wireless type cameras. Just thought I'd go over that because of the things that have been going on in Conyers here lately. I haven't personally seen any news about it, but I did hear Scott talking about it. I'm coming up on a break, so I'm gonna drink a beer and play some commercials and be back in a minute. Yeah, I like the Arlo. I think it's the cameras are tiny. I'm trying to see what I can compare them to here, and there is nothing, obviously. They are probably 3 inches high, 3 inches wide, and an inch thick. The camera is mounted on the thin face, wide angle camera lens again, obviously night vision capable. Um, Fantastic little thing, but quite pricey. Let me look on Amazon and see if they're getting any cheaper. Your Arlo, three camera system for 375. Here we go. The starter kit or the one camera system, $180. So honestly, roughly the same price to get into as the Canary. Not bad. Prime eligible. Gotta love that. Yeah, and the only drawback to them is the batteries, and you cannot use RCR 123s, the rechargeable 123s, because of the voltage. Those are 4.2 at their peak, and I don't believe these cameras will accept anything over 3.2. I want to say, so you could end up burning them out. Volts, that is 3.2 volts. Oh, and the Piper. I forgot about the Piper. That's a new one. The Piper is similar to the Canary. It's again a little standalone unit. It's quite expensive, $280 to get started. I don't know that it has any of the environmental monitoring that the Canary has either, but again, it's an option. Well, here's one, the Piper Class. I guess there's two versions, the Piper Classic and then, well, they're calling the Piper NV. The Classic you can get into for $200. The NV comes with door and window sensors, and a smart switch, which communicate with this base station. So that's not too bad, I guess. If you have some large ground floor windows that you want to monitor. So let me search what I was looking for because I got a section coming up. Mike's blowing up my phone. I think Mike has a bit of a fucking man crush on me. All right, we're back. Yesterday I got a message from my boss, the owner of my company, linked to a story, and turns out the Fraternal Order of Police wrote a letter to the NFL, and they want people. Well, I say people. They want retired or ex-police officers to be able to carry guns at NFL games. The NFL, of course, ban all guns, even off-duty, even current off-duty police, and of course retired police. My question though is why would the Fraternal Order of Police just assume the police are that special that they get to carry their guns at a game, and they don't petition the NFL for every legal permitted carrier to have their gun at a game? I think it's kind of ridiculous. Bit of a double standard there. I know in general, police have more training than your average permitted carrier because they don't people with carry permits tend not to go out and train, but that's not the case for all of us. Some of us have done a lot of training and love to be able to carry their gun everywhere just to feel safe. So what you going to do? So Christmas is coming up, obviously. I'm sure you all knew that. And I want to talk about some gift ideas maybe. And in particular, I want to talk about Bluetooth speakers and a number of other things. But let's start with Bluetooth speakers. I'm a big fan of these. I have two sets of Bluetooth speakers. They're both made by, well, they were made by Logitech and they got bought out by somebody. I'm not sure who makes them now. And the nice thing is the two of them will actually pair together, so they'll work as a set of speakers. But in general, I have one that's mated to my iPad and then one that is mated to my cell phone. But I was looking on Amazon the other day, and I was watching a video on YouTube, somebody I follow, and I didn't realize some of the great deals that are available right now for these. So I got four or five here I want to talk about. Just go over some of the features and give you some ideas for a gift for, I don't know, somebody. The first one is the Venstar Taco, Venstar Taco, Taco. And all of these are available on Amazon, by the way. This is the Venstar portable Bluetooth speaker. It is $30, $27.99 right now. It's Prime eligible, so free shipping. Bluetooth 3.0, 50 millimeter driver. It's a good looking device too. Black and red color scheme. It has speakers that wrap around the front. This is a great looking device. I heard a sound test of this thing, and it wasn't bad. It's a little, I think, underpowered. Technically overpowered. You can turn up the volume, but it distorts dramatically. but it's not a bad little thing for $30. I don't think you really could go wrong with that. Has touch controls on the top of the device for play, pause, forward, skip, power, and stuff like that. The second is the Devoom Aura Box. Now this one's kind of neat. It's effectively a cube, looks like a cube, and the front face of it is covered in LEDs. I believe there are 100 LEDs on the front. They're quite large. It's probably an 8 by 8 inch box, so 10 by 10. They're like an 8 0.8 of an inch each square, and so you pair it to your phone or iPad, and you start playing your music, and the LEDs will obviously move in time to the music. But there are other themes, we'll call them. It will do like a graphic equalizer type of effect, all kind of strange visual effects it'll do. It also handles notifications. So if you're listening to music on your phone and, for example, you get a Facebook alert, the LEDs change to the Facebook symbol, blue background with a white F on it, which is kind of cool. You can set the notifications up with an app that you can get for free. The app for this speaker is available on Android and iOS for free. And it looks like notification wise, it supports Facebook, Twitter, incoming calls, so it will act as a speakerphone, Skype, messages, WeChat, WhatsApp, a number of things. And it puts up a little graphic on the front of the speaker when a message comes in. I thought it was kind of cool. It is $60, 58.90, and it is Prime eligible. So, it's not bad. For a light show and notifications, $60 might make a nice thing. It's like I say, it's quite big and quite cubic, so it might be something you just want to set on your desk and maybe just keep in the office. But yeah, I thought it was pretty neat. The next one is made by Tautronics. I'm trying to look this up real quick. It's the Tautronics portable wireless speaker. This one is looks like $42. It's probably 8 by 4 by 4 inches. It's kind of a block. It has a grid of speakers on the front, a grid of speakers on the back. This one includes NFC, so if you have a NFC chip in your phone, you should be able to pair to it that way. 10 hours of battery life, 3 watts max drivers. Now, this one had pretty good bass. It's made of metal. It's, I think, an aluminum. It had great bass. It was very loud, solid construction, and comes with a lifetime warranty, which is nice. So if anything happens, you just contact the manufacturer, and hopefully they will swap it out for you, which is you can't beat that. And for $42 is one used from 42, so brand new. Looks like they're out of stock on brand new ones. That's a shame. Those must be quite popular. Next one is made by Shark, SHARKK, 2Ks, and it's the Shark O2 speaker. Now, this one is waterproof, or let's say it's splash proof. It's not necessarily waterproof. So you could, if it gets caught in the rain or something, it's IP67. It has 8 watts maximum output of Bluetooth 4.0. In this case, it has NFC. It includes support for Siri and S Voice on Android. So you can, I guess, control it with your voice for volume up, volume down, things like that. It's a very heavy duty, rugged looking thing as well. It's got a rubberized surround to it with aluminum an aluminum grill, big speaker on the front, big speaker on the back. It's $59.99 on Amazon, and it comes with a strap that you can attach to one of the carrying handles, so you could, I don't know, stick it to your bag or something, and it's pretty rugged. So if you have somebody that works on a, I don't know, works on job sites or out in the field a lot, this may be a an option for them. The last one that I was looking at was the another one by DVoom. It's the DVoom Voom Box. Now, I just jumped off of Amazon accidentally there, so I'm going to skip back here to check the price. Um, this I think was my of the test I saw. I believe this one was the best audio, and had great bass. But it's 15 watts. The others, I think the highest one of the other three was an 8-watt total output. This one's 15. Has 12 hours of playback time. It again is water resistant. It's a very similar construction to the Shark O2. Again, a rubberized surround with metal grills and metal surrounds on the grills to protect it. Um, this thing was great. It sounded good. All the ports are covered by rubberized flaps, so you know they're protected. They all come, by the way, with a USB charging cable. They're all rechargeable. I should have said that. They all come with USB charging cables. They all come with 3.5 millimeter patch cords, so you can plug in directly to it if you don't want to use Bluetooth. And this Voombox comes in different colors: black, blue, kind of a military green, and red. So that's nice, I guess. 79.90. It's the most expensive of them, but it has the longest playback time, has the loudest sound, the best sound, I think. Little devices. Other gift ideas. Nomad. I spoke about this. The Nomad wallet. It's a wallet with a built-in charger in the spine. A bifold wallet. 1800 milliamp hour battery in the spine of the wallet. Has a lightning cable built in, so you can charge iPhones directly from it. It's $100. Pricey for a wallet, but not bad for a portable battery, I suppose. Now, I did see it at Best Buy. I got my hands on it. It's quite large. So if you're used to a thin, light wallet, this might not be the best option. But I think it would make a great gift for somebody. It's a nice leather. It was well constructed. Had slots for 8 cards, I believe, and then a large rear slot for dollar bills or cash, whatever you put back there. It was a neat idea. And Nomad actually have a number of portable charging options. But then again, so do Amazon, and they're a lot cheaper. So if you're looking for a portable charger, I picked one up on Amazon. It was let me pull it out of my bag here real quick. It's I believe a 6,000 milliamp hour battery. It's made by RAV Power. It's the iSmart Plus. It has 2 USB ports in the front with outputs of 2.4 amps and 2.1 amps, so you can charge any device off of this, a tablet or a cell phone. 6,000 milliamp hours. I believe this one. No, 13,000. Sorry, milliamp hours. So it would charge my iPhone, at least 10 times, and it was rather cheap. RAV Power. Let me see. It was $30. In fact, it looks like they have a new model. Same thing. New model, 16,750 milliamp hours for $30. So if you're looking for portable power, if you generally find yourself on the road and your batteries are running dead, you can just plug into this, charge it up, no problem. A lot of they do have the 13,000 milliamp hour. It's $26. So great prices on Amazon if you are in the market for a portable battery. Um, what else here? Man, I just love looking at Amazon. They had some great deals over the holidays. I did not do any Black Friday shopping. I did stop at a Kohl's just to see what they had, and nothing took my fancy. And quite frankly, none of the deals were that great anyway. So I wasn't going to buy anything. Yeah, what you going to do? Rev Power also make a not Rev Power Nomad make a charger for your iPhone and Apple Watch. It's combined, and your watch sits on top of it, and your phone plugs into it somehow, and it's $100, and it's a neat gift for those Apple people in your life. In fact, here's one right here. It's this hockey puck looking device. This one is a 6,000 milliamp hour battery. Has a little cradle on top for your watch to sit on, and then a cable that's secured by a magnet that just kind of hides away in the base of it for charging your iPhone. Um, and of course, on Nomad, I think it's nomad.com or something like that. They have a ton of different charging devices for Android and iPhones and all kind of good stuff. So, just a few gift ideas there. What else? Obviously, socks and underwear. Can never go wrong with that type of thing. And anything related to guns. For me, anyway. Ammo. Always buy ammo for the loved ones in your life. Speaking of guns, or sort of speaking of guns, let's all right. So, guy gets murdered in Chicago, and I don't want to get too deep into the politics of it, but it was 13 months ago. The police have been sitting on this video for over a year, and they just now pressed charges against this guy. And today the superintendent of police was asked to resign by the mayor because of the delays and the I'm going to call it a cover up. Um, and I just want to throw this out there to because while I do believe that 99.9% of the police are good honest people trying to do their job, this doesn't help you guys. Everybody that knew about this covered it up for 13 months, and honestly it makes you all look guilty by association. So don't do that. If you see something happen, go ahead and report it, get it out in the open, and at least be transparent about it, and let it be investigated. I obviously we shouldn't judge everybody by the actions of one person, even though that's what our president's been doing lately. Somebody commits a mass shooting, apparently all gun owners are to blame. Um, but yeah, if you know one of your coworkers did something wrong, go ahead and report it. Turn them in. You know, quit circling the wagons around these people and get them off the streets because they're a danger to us and they're a danger to you. Anyway, I'm going to get off my soapbox there. Nest. Oh, so we spoke about the Nest thermostat. If you have a Nest, go ahead and get the latest update for it. They pushed that out late last week, I believe. Apparently, it's updated for better temperature control and energy efficiency. I don't really know what that means, but I figure if you have it, you may as well update it. It says it's going to be pushed out to well, you may not need to. It looks like it's going to be pushed out automatically over the next 2 weeks to people. So, maybe you'll see your bills come down. Who knows? We shall see. One last thing. Again, this is for Apple Watch people. I doubt there are many of you. The Lunatic Epic aluminum watch case. This thing is a beast. It's effectively a bolt-on protective case for your Apple Watch. It's quite expensive. It's $130. It's made of aluminum. It's very blocky. If if the man or lady in your life has an Apple Watch and they have an active lifestyle, take a look at one of these. Man, it is chunky. All right. I got a break. I'll be back. All right, Michael, what do you want, dude? Let me see here. Yeah. Michael, your training leaves something to be desired, brother. You carry with an empty chamber. And you know what I think about that. And we are going to put this to the test, by the way. Obviously, with empty guns, because I don't. I mean, I don't really want to shoot you. So obviously, we'll do this with blue guns or something. But pretty much guarantee I could put 4 to 6 rounds into you before you rack that slide. All right, now I'm just looking at Amazon. This is ridiculous. I noticed something about these phone cases, these orange cases I like. I guess they're dyed. I guess they're all black cases, and then they are dyed different colors. And I noticed this because this one was looking grungy, so I thought, oh, I'll wash it, scrub it. And as I started scrubbing it, more of the black started to come through. So I did order a new one of these today, so it'll be nice bright orange again, and it will match my iPad one, which of course is nice bright orange again. And I have a glass screen protector arriving tomorrow for the iPad as well, so I'll report back on that next week. The reason I'm doing that is because the best skins ever, the matte flexible screen protector I have on there, when I put the Magpul case on the iPad, it pushes on the edges and creates bubbles. Supposedly, this glass one is slightly undersized so that you can use a case with it, but I don't know. It was $6 on Amazon, so I'll give that a try and see what happens. But I am looking forward to getting a new orange Magpul case for my phone. Have it nice and clean and bright again. And again, I think it was $7 as well, so it's not really a big deal. Again, Amazon. Ugh, they're brilliant. Find all kind of stuff. Let me see what else is on Amazon here. Oh, the Kindle, the Amazon Kindle, but the Kindle Fire, which is their Android tablet. Now it was on sale Black Friday, I think, for $35. Today the Fire 7-inch. Yeah, I'll wait until I'm back on the air and talk about that because that's a hell of a deal. Yeah, it's Mike's birthday today. Happy birthday, Mike, you fat cunt. And they got him he's old. He's old and just fucking bloaty is what he is. And he's got a gammy knee and he's all kind of fucked up. But they made him a cake, and it's it's a little Viagra. It's a cake in the shape of a Viagra pill, so it's awesome. It's just for Mike. Brilliant. Not sure why he needs it. I guess he needs help jerking off as well. I don't know. But that was Mike's birthday cake. And I ate it. I ate the whole thing. Mike didn't come to do the show this morning. He said he was going to come by here this evening and join me on my show, and he didn't, so I ate his fucking cake. And it was delicious. I didn't eat your cake. I didn't really eat your cake. Hello.
Hi.
Hey, Dan. How you doing?
I'm old and gimpy. I got shots in my shoulder today. Oh my Lord. Getting old sucks.
What'd you get shots for?
I got my fucked up shoulder. So I got, a little cortisone, little steroids. But what I called to talk to you about.
Oh, we're not on the air yet.
I know, but
okay.
I called to tell you what I called to tell you.
Oh, go on then.
Make sure I turned you down so we're not echoing. I bought the $12 Kindle Fire. It's like $30, but it's funner to say 12.
Okay, so you got it during the Black Friday sale.
Yes.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, oh man, what a deal.
And I might have bought two of them, even though I didn't need any. One was such a great deal, I bought two.
Yeah, well, I mean, make a great gift.
Yeah, I bought one for my mom who doesn't need one.
Right.
And I bought one for, myself. I figured we could play with it on the air.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll talk about that when we go back on because that's a really good deal. And I think this is a great little Christmas gift for people.
Yeah. They sell them in like 6-packs.
Do they really?
Have you looked at it on there? Yes. If you look at how they advertise it, I literally had to stop reading it because I was like, oh my God, I could have one for this and one for this and one for this. So I couldn't read much of the, you know how I am. I literally had to stop reading the advertisement.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to it now. But yeah, it was like.
I do see the previous, I guess the first generation Kindle Fire is $40, but that's used. The current generation, the 7-inch display Wi-Fi is $49.99, and it was, I think, $35, right?
Something like that. Yeah, I can pull it up and tell you in a second. Yeah, there was a thing. They probably changed the. Thank you. Kurt's yelling. He took the dogs out to go to the bathroom, and our driveway has not been plowed, so everything looks like the yard now. So he says the dogs just walk out and just bathroom anywhere instead of going in the yard because it's all yard now.
So how much snow did you get?
We only got about 4 inches, but a little further north they got like 6 to 8.
You're going to get more though, obviously.
Oh Lord, yeah. This is actually
All right.
probably going to melt. It's
We're
supposed to
going.
warm up.
We're going back on the air.
Okay. All right, cool.
I'll introduce you.
Yeah.
All right, we're back. I want to talk about one more gift idea. On now we missed the smoking deal, but the sale price is still going on Amazon for the 7-inch display Kindle Fire. This is an Amazon tablet, an Android tablet made by Amazon that doubles as a Kindle book reader. This thing's 7 inch diagonal display, Wi-Fi, 8 gigs of memory, runs all the Android apps. But bearing in mind, Amazon run their own Google Play Store. Sort of, it's the Amazon App Store, but and everything on there is free. I don't believe they have a single paid application. Over the weekend, it was for Black Friday. They were $35 for these things for an Android tablet, backed by Amazon. So there's a good company standing behind them. Currently, Prime eligible, $49.99, $50 for an Amazon tablet, and you guys need to be snapping these things up. I've got Danny on the phone, and Dan, how many of these do you bought some over the week?
Hello.
Hi. You bought some of these over the weekend. How many did you get?
I did. I might have thought to.
You might have bought 2. And I'm guessing you already have a tablet of some kind.
Yeah. I already have the big Fire tablet.
Okay. Oh, okay.
The Fire HD. Yeah.
The 10-inch one? That's
yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice tablet. So these
It's a super nice tablet.
So at least one of these is a gift.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, exactly. One of them is a gift.
And one's for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, for us, I mean, I figured, we could investigate.
Absolutely. Yeah, we can play around with it and figure it out. I think you're going to like it. I had a full-size iPad. And when the mini came out, I switched to the mini and the iPad mini, and I love it. And the iPad mini is, I don't know, a 7 or 8-inch display. I think it's the perfect size. And with the Kindle app on the iPad, it's also a great reader. This Fire though,
I have half a dozen tablets. You know that, right? Like you're kidding about me having a tablet.
I did not know that.
Yes, I've got well, anyway, let's finish talking about this and then we'll talk about my problem.
I probably should have guessed. By the way,
yeah.
They have this same deal.
I thought you were making fun of me.
Yeah, no, I know you've had a billion phones. I didn't realize you had just as many tablets.
Yes, it's horrible. Horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Now, this $50 price, by the way, is also at Best Buy. However,
yeah, Alex, I think it's been that price for a while.
Has it really? Didn't know that.
Yeah. A friend of mine, an older lady that I work with, brought this to just mentioned it one day, that she was thinking about getting this for her husband because he's always Googling and messing around on her phone and killing her battery.
Yeah.
So she said, do you think this has some kind of way to get on the internet? And I was like, well, I have a Kindle Fire. I can bring it in and we can play with it and see what you think. And so that's what first brought it to my attention. I was like, oh, a $50 Kindle Fire? What in the world is that?
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's a hell of a deal. I remember when the Fire first came out, and it was a couple of $100, and people were raving about it then. So now for $50, it's great. And like I say, the price is also good at Best Buy, but of course at Best Buy you're going to pay tax. On Amazon, if you're a Prime member, it's you won't pay any tax and it's free shipping. It's a great device. Like I say, it's a combination of an Android tablet and everything that goes along with an Android tablet and a Kindle. So it's also an optimized book reader, correct?
It is, yes. And it's fabulous for watching video.
Right.
At least the one that I have really is. And I haven't messed with it much recently, but the app selection was limited. So we were Kurt was hacking it for me, and then we just got distracted and never actually cracked it. to put other stuff on it. Because he's not, I mean, not that he is not the skilled hackers that we are, but he just doesn't really see he's like, you have why are you doing that? You're going to break your thing, blah, blah, whatever. So we weren't as aggressive with it as you and I say would have probably been and broken it.
Right.
But the app store on the Fire, at least again, when I was messing with it, is significantly limited. But
really?
I mean, I was trying to ride dirty and do shit like dirty ride a Nook reader onto it, like that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
yeah, well,
but,
it's not gonna let you download the Nook app.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But that's when I was like, well, wait, what else can I not put on here? So it might be better now. And I think I was even using Silk is their internet browser. And I was even using Silk to go and try to find the apps that I was trying to download. And I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't working very hard to do it, but I just kind of wanted to see if I could. Right. And I couldn't. So then I went back to reading whatever book I had been reading on it. But just to make people aware, it's not a $50 Android tablet. There are limitations to what you can load onto it.
Yeah. And okay. And that's good to know. However, there are a ton of games, and it looks like all of the main apps are covered.
Yes. You can watch stuff. Again, the one that I have is the HD one, but video on it is fantastic. Netflix, Hulu, all of those.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Amazon video stuff, obviously you can watch on it.
Right. Well, I mean, the Facebook app is available, right?
I think, yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I thought, because again, I should get one of the, well, you got one and we'll play with it.
Yeah, we have one. Yeah.
And so my experience of the Amazon App Store is based on the BlackBerry. When a RIM or BlackBerry now release their BlackBerry 10 devices, they are able to run Android apps. They use an app player that runs in the background and lets you run Android apps. But one of the few repositories they had was the Amazon App Store, because Google did not give BlackBerry access to the full Google Play Store, simply because because BlackBerry were not running all of the Google services, just like the Kindle.
Okay.
The Kindle doesn't run native Google services, so they had to come up with their own app store.
Right.
But I mean, I'm looking at this, and Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic is on here, and it's free. It's $0. Obviously, Words with Friends and all that kind of rubbish is on here.
Yep.
There's racing games and I mean, there's all kind of stuff on here you can do. And
the social stuff. You're right. Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, probably. I can't swear to Instagram, but I'm guessing that's probably on there.
So I'll bet 90 or 95% of what people choose to do with a tablet is probably covered.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. But for $50, I mean, they even have Plants vs. Zombies. That's one of my favorite games ever. Minecraft is on here.
For $50, you can't beat it.
Yeah. Minecraft is on there, and the kids love Minecraft.
Yep.
I don't even really know what it is, but it's on here. But for $50, man, for $50, you can't beat it.
Yep.
Now, I'm here we go, a little professional segue. I don't know if the Kindle Fire has any podcast applications, but I wanted to talk about those because I got to thinking about it. I have a hell of a commute to work. It's at least an hour each way. Conyers to Marietta. And invariably, there's absolutely nothing on the radio. And sometimes I just, I do listen to music. I subscribe to Apple Music, but most of the time I listen to podcasts. I subscribe to, now 31. I subscribe to 31 podcasts. Now, for anybody listening, if you have a commute and you have an ability, the way to plug your phone into your car by USB or Bluetooth or however you do it, even one of those old cassette adapters, if that's the way you go. Um, a podcast is effectively a pre-recorded show that you subscribe to using a podcast application, and each time a new episode comes out, it downloads automatically to your device. So and podcasts cover the whole gamut of interests there. Whatever you are interested in, you will find a podcast or 50 to cater to you. And like I said, I subscribe to 31 now different podcasts that cover the Second Amendment, technology, politics, science. I listen to all kinds. So effectively, the people, whoever it is, record the podcast, they upload it, and they create what is called an RSS feed and submit it to whoever is hosting their show. Your application reads that RSS feed, recognizes there's a new episode, and downloads it. That's effectively how a podcast works. It's kind of like DVR'd shows, I guess, basically. And it's just, I think it's a great way to get information. It's, like I say, it covers anything you're interested in. If you like pottery, there will be a pottery podcast for you. Now on the iPhone, I've used a number of podcast players or whatever you call them. I use primarily one called Downcast, Downcast. By the way, I spell everything out because of my accent. I always find people misconstrue what I'm saying. And what is it? It's Downcast, Downcast. Great little app. Lets you subscribe from within the player itself. It has like a list of almost every podcast that you can subscribe to. I use that on my iPhone. However, on the iPhone, you can use the built-in podcast player. It's called Podcasts. Apple include it on every iPhone. It gives you access to the iTunes store, where it gives you access to the iTunes store, where I would say 99% of podcasts are actually hosted, and they're free. There's no cost for most of these. There are probably one or two that have a monthly subscription, just so the artist makes some money. So you basically browse the store, you choose what you're interested in, you click subscribe, and when a new episode arrives, it downloads it for you, and you listen on your commute to and from work. It's brilliant. I'm a big fan of podcasts. What about you, Dan? You ever listen to podcasts?
I have listened to podcasts recently. Over the past year or so, I listened to audiobooks.
Okay. So
I almost said books on tape.
Like Audible?
The reason I saw this, because I almost said books on tape. I do use Audible, yes.
You subscribe to audible.com?
Yes. Yep.
I like Audible, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Go ahead.
I love Audible.
Go ahead, finish up.
I have an app called Podcast Republic that your rant a couple of weeks ago, when you scared the bejesus out of me for just allowing anybody and their brother access to my phone. Mm-hmm. I deleted it then. so all the podcasts I had subscribed to went away.
Okay.
But I mean, I wouldn't really listen to them anyway.
Well, there's some good ones. Downcast is available, I believe, on Android also. There's Overcast, which was created by, I can't remember the guy's name. And it's irrelevant. Overcast is a good one, but I do think that's iOS only. And I've tried a number of them. I keep going back to Downcast. I think it's the most, it's very full featured, but also very easy to use. Mm-hmm. So yeah, if you have a long commute, download or use the built-in podcast manager on your phone, or download a free one and subscribe to some podcasts. And if you can plug into your car stereo, listen to them that way. Speaking of which, Apple, there's a rumor that Apple are going to be removing the headphone jack from their devices, from their phones.
That's on my list of things to talk about.
Yeah, the 3.5 millimeter jack might be disappearing, which will leave the Lightning port, which obviously the Lightning port handles power, it handles audio, it handles video, it can handle pretty much any kind of data stream. So Apple will obviously have to bundle. Well, they currently bundle earbuds with their phones, so I'm assuming future earbuds will be Lightning port earbuds. Although I'm sure they'll sell a $50 dongle, an extra $50 so you can get a 3.5 millimeter jack. However, if you depend on plugging into your car using the headphone jack and the auxiliary port on your stereo, you may not be able to do that with future Apple devices if they get rid of that jack.
I had not thought about that.
What do you think of that?
I was thinking, if you're still wiring yourself to your phone to listen on earbuds, leave the 90s and get some damn Bluetooth shit. But I had not thought about, because as I'm sitting here making fun in my car right now, I have my first iPod Touch is plugged into my car. Now I was via it wasn't the FireWire. What's the old Apple plug-in thing called?
The 30-pin dock connector.
Yeah, that big ass thing.
Yeah.
It's plugged in through that into my car stereo.
Did your most cars have a plug-in for that Apple connector? I know the last 4 cars I've purchased have all had that 30-pin dock connector built in. Keith's XB, my XB had it, and that was how you would interface your iPhone. Yours doesn't have that?
No, remember we talked about how my card expects you just to put the London phone box in the back of the car.
Yeah, and in fact, your car, the only thing it really expects attached to it is a machine gun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, if Apple killing off the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, there, I use Bluetooth headphones. I guess 95% of the time. But occasionally I do plug in my earbuds. I guess as long as they ship a pair of earbuds that will plug into that Lightning port, it'll be okay.
Well, and I'm sure, like you said, there will be some kind of there's going to be an adapter. There's always an adapter.
Yeah, but who wants to pay $50 for an adapter? Because Apple, they're not gonna put it in the box. They're gonna charge $50 for it.
No,
it'll be $49.95.
Yep. But if it's the only way to listen to your music off your phone in the car, folks will do it.
Yeah, well, hopefully.
I mean, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, well, hopefully most people have Bluetooth and they can just listen to podcasts that way. But yeah, we're coming up on a break. Download a podcast player, subscribe to something. Here's a great one. It's called 10-Minute Podcast. It is Chris D'Elia, Brian Callen, and the other guy. Can't remember his name. But it's really funny. 10 minutes long. Well, roughly it's 10 minutes long the way I start at 7:00.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And break for break.
Exactly. And break for breaks. Cause which I just missed, by the way. I had to jump the time back here. 10-minute podcast. It's, hilariously funny. Now Brian Callen and Chris D'Elia got busy in their acting/comedy careers. So they're not, they don't do as many shows these days. It is primarily the other guy. I can't remember his damn name.
Whose name you can't think of.
Yeah, he played Doug the Bouncer on How I Met Your Mother. Will Sasso. Sorry, of course it's Will Sasso. So he hosts it primarily, but it's hilarious. And you know, again, with a podcast player, you can go back through the old episodes and download
Right.
them and listen to them at your leisure. And oh god, it's freaking hilarious. So there's a recommendation for everyone: 10-minute podcast. Also, Left, Right, and Center, which is a politics show, and the Slate Political Gab Fest, which is politics as well. Three great podcasts to get you started. And now I do have to go to this break. We'll be back. We'll be back in a few minutes. All right.
Are we broken?
We are broken.
Awesome.
And
Yeah.
and commercials are running. Woo!
Woohoo! Yeah, I listen to books on Audible all the time when I'm in the car.
Yeah. I'll talk about Audible some more when we come back, because I didn't tell you why I love Audible.
You did not. You left us hanging.
I did.
Yep. Hanging.
Just stuck on the Kindle here.
Yeah, so let me check off Apple doing away with headphone jack.
Okay.
I also have, and we can chatting about this. You know how the whole like farming on Facebook, where people, post the picture of a kid with cancer and, click like for a prayer.
Let's get this kid 1 million likes.
Right. And of course what they're doing is,
it's clickbait.
Either.
Hey,
what?
It's clickbait. Would you give me 30 seconds to run to the fridge?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, I'm back. Okay. And we're like 3 minutes away from kicking back up. So yeah.
Yeah, I thought maybe you could talk about why people do that and like what it does. You know what I mean?
I mean, why do they do it? I mean, to me, it's just clickbait. But why do they want to get 1 million likes?
I've read a couple of things. One is that they then use those likes to target people that have clicked like for various ads and stuff. And then something else that I read is that they then, like, once they have a picture that's gotten a bunch of shares and likes, it makes that Facebook page more valuable. So then somebody comes and buys that page and turns it into something, and it triggers certain things in the Facebook algorithm.
Huh.
So does that make sense?
I mean,
that was an article that I read that said that that's why. Because I was like,
who does that benefit though? Does it benefit Facebook and their like targeted advertising?
No, I think it benefits the people that buy it and use it to sell things. Use it like for advertising.
Huh. Interesting. Well, let's talk about that.
Okay.
What else did I have? Adele's 25 is not streaming on any streaming services.
What's that?
Adele's new album, 25.
Oh.
It's not on it's
really?
it's not on any of the streaming services.
Why's that?
I think she's trying to push album sales. I guess she gets more out of that than she does the royalties from streaming. And I want to talk about that because it could pose a real problem for streaming in the future.
Mm-hmm.
If what if all artists start to do this? It makes my monthly subscription to Apple Music kind of worthless.
Oh,
because I love Adele. I mean, she's a fat old douche, but I love her to death.
Yeah. So
I did not mean that, Adele. My lover.
we didn't talk last week because there wasn't much time for BS. I learned things
60
about
seconds.
the Note 5 phone.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought we could maybe talk about that if you want to talk
Yep.
Android phones.
Yeah, we will, because I know we should, because I know nothing about Android, really.
Okay. Yeah, some changes that I'm not excited about, but maybe you can talk me off the ledge.
So you haven't bought this thing yet?
And let's save it.
Okay, we'll save it.
We don't want to be stale when we go live.
Nope, that's cool. You have the Note 4 Edge.
Yes.
Is the Note 5 a Note 5 Edge?
No.
Okay.
And that's, again, stop it.
All right, I'll ask you. When
I got to write that down too. Not Edge. So I remember to say that.
Here we go. And I'm going to talk about Audible first.
Yes.
All right, we're back. Danny, I told you before the break I would tell you why I love Audible, but I never told you. For people that don't know, Audible is a subscription service for audiobooks. And what is it? How much is it a month these days, Dan? I know they vary, but
yes.
Yeah.
I pay, I think, like $13.99 a month. And I get, that's either 1 or 2 books a month.
Okay.
And if you don't spend that in a month, you can carry them over. And I can carry over up to 6. They call them tokens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you have higher subscriptions, like my mom is a total book nerd and she has like a higher subscription than I do. So she can carry more tokens than that and gets more books a month.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I used to subscribe to it a long, long time ago. And in fact, it was so long ago, it was when the first iPods came out that had the click wheel. Remember those?
Oh my God.
With that circle on the front, you would spin your thumb over. That was when I first subscribed to Audible. And back then, I want to say it was $11 a month, and it gave me 2 credits per month. So I could get, and the books, the number of credits for a book varied. Some were 1 credit, some were 2 credits. So some months I would get 2 books, and other months I would get 1 book. Here's what I love about Audible, though. If you end your subscription, you keep the books. Mm-hmm. You know, they're DRM'd, and you have to use the Audible app to play them, but they'll let you play them in perpetuity. They're yours for the rest of your life, which is brilliant, because you compare that to other, say, music subscriptions. If you let that subscription lapse, obviously you lose access to all the music. But with Audible, if you let the subscription lapse, you can still listen to your books. And I think that's fantastic. That's why I like Audible.
I'm looking at my thing right now. It's $14.95 a month. I get 1 credit a month.
Okay.
But a credit is a book. It's not like, it doesn't matter how much the book costs. If it's a $30 book, it's 1 credit. If it's a $12 book, it's 1 credit.
They've reworked that then, because they used to assign different credit values to different books.
Yeah, and you get, when you buy a book, I don't know, somehow you get a discount. Like, I guess if you're not using credits, if you're paying actual money,
yeah,
you get the like Audible version of the book at a discount off of what like a non-member would pay.
Gotcha. Now, also, I believe that if you have an Audible subscription and you buy a book from Amazon, you also get the Audible book for free. They're somehow no. Okay.
You can buy it at a discount.
Okay, so you can get it discounted.
But you can sync them up. So if you have the Kindle version and the Audible version, I'm such a nerd at how excited this makes me. But you can read, like if you're reading in bed at night on your Kindle, and then you go to drive somewhere the next day, it picks up right where you stopped reading and keeps telling you the story.
Yeah, and then it will sync back the other way. So when you finish driving,
Or like if you're in line at the Stop and Rob and you're like, wait, I can't go in there because Joe Bob's about to go on a date with his sister.
Right.
You go into the Stop and Rob, you pull up your Kindle app on your phone, you're standing in line, and you just keep reading.
Yep. All right.
Yeah,
So let me tie
pretty
this. Let me tie this into this other story about Adele before we talk about Facebook, because it's again it's another subscription issue. Um, that's why I love Audible, because they get it right. You know, they let you, once you're done with your subscription, you can still listen to the books whenever you want. Adele released. I love Adele, by the way. Whatever what I said during the
right.
break, I take it back. Um, I I love Adele. Uh, I think one of the best female vocalists of my time for sure. She released her new album 25, but she's not allowing it to be streamed on any of the subscription services. I subscribe to Apple Music and I cannot listen to her new album. I can listen to her new song, Hello, you know, the only one that's been released off of the album, but the rest of the album she's held back from Spotify and Apple Music and places like that. Um, I'm going to assume to drive album sales so that, you know, they can sell whatever it is to go platinum. And then I imagine they'll allow it for streaming after that. However, that made me think, what happens if everybody starts to do this? What happens if every artist says, I'm not going to allow my new album to be on Apple Music or Spotify, um, and they don't tell you how long it's going to be? You know, who knows how long Adele is going to hold this back, but it kind of makes it devalues my subscription. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the most
Yep.
anticipated new releases of the year, and my options now are to purchase the album or wait and see if it hopefully comes to Apple Music at some point in time. I don't know. I don't know.
Right.
If more artists start to do this, I may end up having to unsubscribe to Apple Music and just go back to the way I used to listen to music, which was buy an album and listen to it, you know, my way. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. And again, this isn't, it's not Apple doing things wrong. It's, you know, I kind of drew the false comparison there that Audible get it right and Apple are getting it wrong, but it's actually Adele that, and her management company or whoever it is, her record label, that made this decision. But if that, you know, if that record label is a big label and they start doing this for all of their artists, then I don't know. What am I going to do? What if I can't listen to the newest Justin Bieber album, which I can, by the
That's
way?
not okay.
It
That
is,
is not
yeah,
okay.
I know. And that one is streaming. It is on Apple Music, and it's very good. Just so everybody knows. Yes, I like Justin Bieber. I think he's kind of cool. One song in particular that was written by, Christ, that Irish fella. Can't remember his name now. I'll remember it in a minute. All right. So what were you saying about Facebook?
Well, the propensity that people have for liking and sharing things like, you know, let's get this, you know, sick kid a million likes or,
So
you know,
yeah,
shares
what
or
was it?
whatever.
Well, did you called it like farming or something
Yes.
like that? Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
I've seen them, you know. Oh, this kid has, I don't know, dangly earlobe.
Right.
Let's get him
Right.
100,000
Right.
likes. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So what is up with that?
Well, I first saw an article about, you know, some picture that we've all seen. I can't remember what it is, but it was a cute kid that was sick. And the article was about how the child's mom had seen this like farming thing, and was just mortified because they had nothing to do with it.
Mhm.
And the picture, she had never posted the picture on Facebook. And what happened was somebody had gone and gotten the picture from, you know, some other internet-based picture app thing that she had and used it in a like farming or, you know, whatever
Mhm.
scam.
Right.
And I was like, that's
Right.
just
Now,
like
I
straight
have to
douchebaggery.
I have to ask though, why do you say scam?
Well, yeah, so that's why I was like, why are people, and I've wondered before why people are doing this. And I just never like or share them because like just typing amen on something isn't going to get me a blessing. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
whatever. I usually just scroll right past them. But then I was like, why are people doing this? Like, what's the point of it? Somebody has to be benefiting somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So when I saw that article, I mean, it was probably a slow news day. I was probably, sitting at the office waiting for the phone to ring. So I started trying to find articles about it. And what I have read is that there are multiple ways that people benefit from doing that. And I don't really get it. I was hoping you would know. But one of the things that I've read is that, so somebody makes a Facebook page, puts a picture on it and says, I don't know, like if you, like Justin Bieber or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And 100,000 people like it. Well, once it hits some certain number of likes, they'll then use that to start posting ads. So then because you've liked their picture or their page, that gives them access to your news feed. So you know how sometimes you'll see a friend that isn't an idiot, and it'll say, so-and-so and so-and-so liked this ad for $29.99 Ray-Ban sunglasses.
Yeah.
What they probably liked was like to cure cancer. And then the person that owned that picture went in and changed it to the $29.95 Ray-Bans. So once they change what that...
So then they're
You know
getting
what I'm saying?
advertising revenue.
Exactly.
Ooh,
So
yeah, that is a bit of a scam.
Yeah. So that's giving them access to the news feeds of all the people that have liked that picture.
I never liked kids with cancer anyway, so,
Right.
not really
Or,
going to affect me. I'm kidding, by the way. Bless their little cotton
but
socks.
think about all of the things that people are liking and sharing now. Just redunculous. But
because and you're right, because theoretically, if they set it up as an advertisement, they can attach whatever image they want to it and then go back and change it. If you remember, you and I had an experience with this ourselves, sort of anyway. It was back when we had blogs.
When we were blogging,
when we were bloggers. You remember that?
Yep.
And we all renamed our blogs "The World According to Me."
Yep.
Because of TGO.
Yeah, because that guy.
Because of TGO. And what was it? Some image got posted, and I replaced it with a gay porn image. He was linking on his blog. On his blog, he was linking to an image that was hosted somewhere, and I was able to replace that image with a gay porn fucking thing with TGO's head superimposed on some dude, and it was on his blog because of that. It's the same concept. Whoever controls the hosting of those images controls what people see. Yeah, that is a bit scummy. Now,
here's another thing. Again, I've read, I mean, I don't know that people are doing this, but I don't know why they wouldn't. So somebody sets up a, like, if whatever, a bunch of people like it, they get, a whole bunch of likes and shares. Well, then they sell that Facebook page to an advertiser.
Yeah, because
instead of the advertiser having to farm for their own likes, it's already done.
Yeah, because
they buy that Facebook.
Yeah, it increases their reach. Their reach numbers go through the roof, and people figure that there's some value in that page. Yeah. Interesting.
Because it's your friends that are liking and sharing it.
Yep.
All
right.
Whatever it is they're advertising.
So now we know, if you see a sick kid or a dying dog, do not like it.
Don't fucking like that shit.
Yeah, you're playing into somebody's scam. And that's not good.
Yep.
No. Scott's wife, Crystal, DJ. Can't remember
DJ
her DJ
Scotty?
name. No, Crystal. Crystal has a DJing name. I can't remember it.
Oh.
I'm going to say DJ Funyuns, even though it's not that. I'm just going to say it for the hell of it.
So that way, one of them will text you and tell you what it is.
Yeah. One of her friends posted a story, and Crystal tagged me into it. and it was what I think is a scam. It was, I guess she thinks her phone got hacked in some sense. It was an Apple iPhone, and she started getting messages to call, or pop-ups to call a certain number. Her phone had been hacked, and you know what, I because I don't know the person it happened to, I wasn't able to get enough information about it, but I should have asked her about that, because that made me curious. Sorry, just talking about this Facebook thing made me think about that.
Make yourself a note and find out and tell us next
I
week.
should, because I have no other information about it whatsoever.
Yes, because that was really helpful what you just told us.
Yeah, that was
Super helpful.
that was probably the most worthless thing I've said since I've been doing this.
That's going to help a lot of people. Other than what you called Adele, I mean, that was fairly worthless as well.
Here we go. Let me tell you what this lady said, because I just found the post. She said, "Has anyone ever had their iPhone hacked? My phone was compromised on Monday. A warning popped up saying iOS security fraud alert, prompting me to call Apple at an 800 number. Bank and credit are taken care of, but I'm scared as ever to use my phone." I've never heard of this, and it really sounds like a bit of a scam to me, right? First of all, I've never actually known of an iOS device being hacked. I've never heard of that happening unless you've jailbroken your phone. And I did want to talk about jailbreaking. We'll talk about it later.
Right.
However, I doubt this is, I won't say her name. We'll call her D. I doubt D jailbroke her phone. The fact that the warning popped up on iOS tells me that she may have been. You remember a few weeks back I was talking about compromised apps that made it onto the App Store?
Yep.
And they were some of them were downloading third-party certificates. I'll bet you, in fact, I'll almost guarantee you that D had one of those apps. It downloaded a security certificate. She thought it was something from Apple and went ahead and said, "Okay, install," typed in her little password, and ended up with a security certificate from a third party on her phone. And I guarantee you it's that third party popping up these messages, and it's some kind of scam going on. I should look into that.
Call the number.
There is no
I bet that's who answers.
Didn't
you say it's an 800, call some 800 number?
Yeah, it said call some 800 number. And and the way she said bank and credit are taken care of, it sounds like the person on the end of that number maybe asked her for some banking information. I should dig in. I'll ask Crystal about that.
Yeah.
DJ Smiles, sorry. DJ Smiles, not DJ Funyuns. I'll ask DJ Smiles about that, and try and dig into that a bit deeper, because I knew someone somewhere was going to get bitten in the ass by these compromised applications. This might be the first instance that I've seen of somebody doing that. So basically, don't like sick kids, don't like homeless animals, and if you think your phone's been hacked, give me a call first.
Don't call the number.
Yeah, give me a call first, because it probably hasn't. We're coming up on a break, Danny, and when we get back, we'll talk about something else.
Cool.
Bye. Or not bye. I mean, sorry. I mean, God, I'm terrible at this. We will be back after this break. Bye. What the fuck? Bye.
What the hell just happened there? Yeah, so we had one of those big blue screens on our kitchen computer that said, call. Actually, I've got a picture of it in my phone, because I took a picture and sent it to Kurt and said, "This isn't real, is it?" Which of course it wasn't, but I wanted him to tell me no before I just used another. It was on Google Chrome, so I just used Safari.
Right.
And it's on a Mac. So, when it started talking about, your Windows this and that, or your, Microsoft this and that on a Windows computer, I was like, I'm pretty sure that's not real. But I wasn't going to be the one to blow up the computer. But, I mean, they're a little scary. Plus, it was a blue screen. Remember the blue screen of death? Nobody wants to see that.
No. Get a
That's
Mac.
nobody's friend.
Get a Mac.
It is a Mac.
There's your
It is a Mac.
Oh, no, you don't get a blue screen of death on a Mac. I must have not been listening to a word you said.
A single fucking thing I said.
I don't think I was. Word. I was flipping through Facebook Messenger.
Yep.
So you got a blue screen of death on your Mac?
See, not a word did you see. Now, if it had been about Pantsless Paul up in Two Harbors,
well, obviously I would have listened to that. Jeez.
Yeah. No.
Was it a kernel panic?
We got one of those. I can't find the picture. Oh, because I'm looking in your messages, not Kurt. One of those blue screen that says, you know, you've got some kind of. It was a here it is. Security alert. Systems check website. Do not shut down your computer.
Oh fuck no, that's fake as hell. The fact that the fact that it says website should give that away.
Right. Well, and it was all like Microsoft stuff, and it was on a Mac.
Yeah.
Call a Microsoft technician to rectify.
Yeah. Is it still
the situation?
Now, let me ask you: was it persistent, or was it just the one time?
I assume Kurt got rid of it. I took a picture of it and sent it to him and said, "This is on there. I'm going to use a different browser."
Yeah, that was
pretty
just.
Sure he's dealt with it.
Yeah, that's just some pop-up from a website. I wouldn't worry.
No,
about
you know what it was? Yes, yeah. He just shut down Chrome and it was gone when he opened it back up.
Yeah, this is why you want to use an ad blocker. What do I use? I use one in Chrome. It's a Chrome gadget. Chrome app store. It's free. Actually, Chrome gadget store.
Is it a pop-up blocker? Because pop-up blockers slow down my shopping.
No, it's not necessarily a pop-up blocker.
Okay.
Let me go to. Actually, I really should put it on here. So I'm going to go to extensions. Thank you. It's a freaking extension. Chrome extension.
Oh, here are my other. You got to actually listen to me. My other items for the evening.
Mm-hmm.
Do we care that there are rumors about an app to stream PS4 games on Macs and PCs?
Is it to stream them though, or is it their companion application? Because I did see something about that. I saw something about that it's coming for Windows and Mac, PS4.
I think it said stream. Vito Voice. Oh. What is this?
I'm trying to find the story that. God almighty! Again, who uses Yahoo? I've been here. So I got Scott picked up a new keyboards and mouse trackpad combo. It's like all built in. Oh, we're a minute away, by the way. And it's so I've been on this computer. The mouse was all off, right? It was all out of kilter because of this new trackpad. So I've been changing that, and while I've been at it, I've been like changing almost every setting on his computer. He's gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
Here we go. Chrome extensions. Now we want. I want to tell you the name of this extension you should be running. Get more extensions.
I'm gonna Google this because I can't find.
Ad blocker. No, it's not ad block. Damn it. Oh, I'm playing David Lee Roth.
Sony working on app to stream PS4 games on Mac and PC. Oh, it was MacRumors.com is where I read it.
Yeah, I did see. Did I bookmark that?
Here, I'll
I did
click,
not bookmark
text you
it,
the
but
link.
yeah, I see. I didn't think it was actually. Now, again, to make them playable, or does it just stream the gameplay?
Oh, I don't know. Hang on. See, that's all blah blah. Let me see. The expanded remote play app will move Sony games one step closer to true cross-platform playability.
Okay, you sent me the link.
I did.
So let's see, because yeah, I did see stories about this, but I figured it was remote play.
Stream and play PS4 games. I mean, I don't know. I just saw it and thought. And then Amazon Prime Video coming to new Apple TV. Do you have the new Apple TV yet?
Mm-mm. No, I'm not buying it until they update the remote app. Because I refuse to use that on-screen keyboard. I talked about that, you remember?
Yes. Oh,
and
I do.
I said Apple were a slack bunch of assholes for releasing the hardware without the software being ready. And until they update the remote app for my phone, I refuse to buy one of those damn things. Yeah, remote play. Okay. So here's my understanding of how remote play has worked, because it's worked with the handheld device, the PlayStation Vita. And effectively, and from what I can tell, it's very similar to the Audible system of so you know how Audible, if you quit listening to the book, you can pick up the Kindle and start reading where you left off. From what I understand, is that it's just that same thing. It's syncing your position over different platforms. So here's the thing: if it is coming to the Mac, I imagine what that's going to require is you owning a copy for the PS4, owning a copy for the Mac, and then it just synchronizes the two together through your player account. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yep, that sounds right.
I'll bet you that's all it is, because I believe that's how it works on the PlayStation Vita. But yeah, you had to have a copy on each platform, which I guess is fine. I mean, if that's what you're into.
Yeah.
All right, so where was I? I was trying to find this.
Some kind of extension thing.
Yeah. Damn it, I can't remember what the one is called that I run at work, but it works great. It's an ad blocker. Let's see, extensions. Let's limit it that way. Well, one of I guess the most popular extension is called AdBlock, and you can add it to Chrome as an extension, and that will block things like that. Like that pop-up you got, it'll block shit. It'll block stuff like that for you. But that's not the one I use, and I can't remember. Maybe it is. Maybe I use AdBlock. No, that's what I used to use, and I replaced it with something else, and I cannot find the one I replaced it with. I replaced it with the one. We're 3, 2, 1, and actually, here we go. 3, 2, 1. What are we going to talk about? Let's figure it out when we go back on air. And we're back. Oh, I know what we're going to talk about. Your the freaking 5, the
Note 5.
the Samsung Galaxy Note 5. All right, what do you currently have? You have a Note 4 Edge.
I'm rocking the Note 4 Edge.
Okay.
Yes.
And you wanted to talk about the Galaxy Note 5, which is an Android phone, right?
Let's remind our friends what happened.
Okay.
I love my Note 4 Edge. I had a slight mishap. little crack, which really is a very, like, you're going to laugh when you see how small this crack is. And I'm going to say crack as often as I can, just BTW. So, cracked the screen. So I said, well, let me find out how much it's going to cost to fix it. $310 to replace said screen.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, well, let me just look and see if there's a replacement phone that I would rather have. Because if I'm going to pay that much, I may as well just pay, instead of $310, pay $300 for the, to upgrade my phone, whatever. So I start researching, and currently there is the Note 5 and the Note 6 Edge available. And the Note 5 is a beautiful little machine. Oh dear
But
God.
it's not little.
Small cracks can be fun. It is not little. It is a phablet. It's about the same size, I think, as the...
don't ever say that word.
I like it. I think it's fun.
It's a big fun.
But I won't. It's your show.
No,
your show.
No, it's not. It's our show, and you can say whatever the hell you want. If you want to call it a phablet.
No, I mean, I say that in jest.
Okay.
Yes, it is a sizable.
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
about
it's a 6-inch display, 5.7 inches.
5.7, yeah, yes. And I watched an hour and 20 minutes.
That's bigger. By the way, that's bigger than military mic.
Yeah, I like military mic.
I like Mike as well. We pick on each other, but I like him. I think I got to tell you, and in all seriousness, Mike, happy birthday, motherfucker. I hope you had a really good day. I am actually a little bit disappointed you didn't come into the studio tonight because I haven't seen you in weeks. But I will see him next week for The World According to Mike, which, by the way, will be an extremely messed up world. Anyway, sorry, Dan, go ahead.
What time is that? I know you told us. Is that
7 p.m. on Wednesdays? Wednesdays at 7, I believe.
7 p.m. Because the word on the street before was that it wasn't starting until January, correct?
Yeah,
isn't that right? Okay.
He did post a date. I didn't really pay attention to it. It might be January 9th. It might be December 9th.
Whatever.
Tune in. You might be surprised.
We'll start showing up on Wednesdays. You might be there, you might not.
That's right.
So, Note 5. Beautiful. It's big. I like me a big phone.
Mm-hmm.
I made some notes. Octa-core processor.
So 4 cores.
Which my geeky
No,
friends
that's 8
tell
cores.
me it's fast. That's 8.
Holy
Ocho,
shit.
my friend.
8 cores.
Yeah.
I don't know why they need all those.
Well, why would you not?
Why
would you not? You're just mad. Yeah.
It's just too many cores.
No. Unless you're driving in the snow, you can never be going too fast.
Too many cores.
So
it says it's quad HD Super AMOLED display. I don't know what quad HD is, other than I'm assuming 4 times the resolution of high def. High def is traditionally 1080. There's no way it's 4 times 1080. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry. Oh, and it has a stylus.
Yes.
So you can't use your finger?
You can use your finger.
Then why'd you need the stylus?
Because the stylus is fun.
Okay.
But yes, what you do with the stylus,
explain to people what the S Pen can do, because I pick on it, but it's kind of cool.
It is cool. It does lots of things. I hope you can't hear this because I'm taking mine out to do things while I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
You can whip it out and write a note just like while you're walking down the street. You can, it's hard to explain without visuals. I can draw a circle.
Because it uses widgets, right? If you start, what you're saying is you can start writing just on any screen, your home screen, or if you're in an app, you can start writing on the screen and it will automatically create a note out of that.
Right. You can capture what's on the screen and make notes on that.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, you
or
draw.
you can just make, well,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
Okay, so
Or you can make like a post-it note and write a note.
yeah,
and
so
save that.
so if there's something on the screen that interests you, you can draw a box around it. It will capture
Right.
that as I'm assuming as an image, which then you can make notes on, and it saves it as a note.
Yep.
It's very clever. I will admit it's really clever, and it even has a hover mode. You can do things with the S Pen without even touching the screen, right?
Yeah, which is really nice here because sometimes it gets so cold that your fingertips won't register on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nice having something that will.
Sure, and if you're wearing gloves or something, for sure.
Right. Yeah, that you don't want to take off. Right. So 16 megapixel rear-facing camera, 5 megapixel front-facing camera. So, I mean, it's a nice phone. Here are my issues, and you're going to make fun of me because you're going to be like, why do you need all that mess? There is no removable battery.
Okay.
Which they have had up until now.
Sure. No, I can see why that would annoy you because, I remember when, I remember when I was using Blackberries, they all had swappable batteries. Then I went to an iPhone and it didn't. And then the first time my iPhone battery crapped out and I had to go pay iPhone Murderer to replace the bat because I didn't go to Apple. I made the mistake of going to this third-party phone butcher in Virginia Highlands, and man, did she ever! And the phone, my first generation iPhone, it's beautiful. It's an aluminum case, but it was sealed up like a gnat's chuff. And this woman, just butchered it. Really, but gave it back to me, and it looked like a mangled inside out vagina. And I'm like, what did you do? So yeah, a user replaceable swappable battery is great. I think they're brilliant.
Well, I mean, I used to. I don't as much anymore ever.
Hold on.
Just the fact that in the middle of the day.
Go on. I was going to jump in and say, in addition to the fact that I now have to carry around these enormous battery packs to charge my phone on the go. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, the swappable battery, and I don't, keep up with a backup battery anymore. I used to just because I was such a dork. I mean, I have watched reviews of this phone where people talk about, in the middle of the day when their battery is down to 2% and they, just slap in a new battery and they're back at 100%.
Yeah.
That's kind of a big deal to some people.
Oh yeah.
I'm never, it's a rare occasion that I'm far from being able to plug in for very long. Just because, I work in offices and desks a lot or in my car.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the fact that they've done away with that annoys me. The thing that really chaps my ass is no expandable memory.
Oh, really?
I'm a size queen. Yes.
What is the built-in memory?
32 or 64 gig.
Yeah, see, my phone and my iPad are both 128, and I'm pushing those limits already.
Yep.
Yeah. That's not good.
So that's no.
So I'm assuming they've done that in order to make the device thinner, because apparently everything these days has to be thin. The only thing that needs to be thin are women. I don't care if my phone is fat. In fact, I would rather have a fat phone and a massive battery.
Right. I thought you were going to say something about a fat girl, and I was just thinking you are so full of shit. Sorry, I actually completely lost my train of thought, waiting for you to say that you'd be okay with a fat girl, and I was like, oh, you lying motherfucker. Like, I was already countering your argument in my head. So,
but no, I mean, every year, one of the selling points of the new iPhone is it's thinner. Who gives a shit?
Yep.
Who cares? Everybody puts a case.
Hang on.
Everybody other than Danielle puts a case on the damn thing anyway.
Right. That's what they're saying, why they're getting rid of the earphone jack thing.
Yeah, to make it thinner, to save space.
Yeah.
But all that means to me is smaller battery. If it gets thinner,
Gets rid
there's
of the- yeah,
there's less volume for battery. Less battery means less time alive. Well, not alive,
right.
but you
Yeah.
know what I mean. The phone.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that annoys me. Oh God, I'm gonna
Yeah.
start
Yep.
a fat phones campaign. I don't know that it'll
Yeah. Let
go
me know how
far.
that goes for you.
Yeah, well, I
Hey.
don't know that it'll get much traction, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to post it on Facebook and try to get 1 million likes.
Hey, I'm bringing leg warmers back all by myself, so you may as well bring back fat bones.
Are you really? Now, are you wearing them?
Hang on, right now. As we speak, I'm going to send you a picture of me wearing leg warmers right now. Hang on.
Okay. But do you wear them?
This isn't.
Do you wear them like they did in the 80s, down by your ankles, all scrunched
Fuck
up?
yeah! Yes. Yes.
So you're bringing ankle warmers back. Is what you're bringing back? No, you know what? This S5 looks good. It has a thing called ultra power saving mode. I don't know what that does. It has a thing called Samsung Smart Switch. I don't know what that does, but it sounds kind of cool.
It's an app, and you put it on your old Samsung phone and your new Samsung phone, and you set them side by side, and all your stuff from your old phone jumps over onto your new phone.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
it
is pretty slick.
Damn, Samsung. I wonder who they copied that from. Oh, because Samsung copy everything from Apple.
Wait, why are you going to be all snippy?
It's just a fact. They got sued for it. They lost. Fact. It's just one of those things. That's why they're called Samsung. Right. You're sending me a picture
yesterday
of your ankle warmers.
Hopefully it'll go. I tried to send you a picture earlier and it never went, but it wasn't a very good picture. So this is me. Let's see, is it going? I hope I sent that to you and not some random.
You probably did. Some random.
Right. I've done that before. Some random poor SMS victim.
Funnily enough, I do that at work because I use Google Voice, or one of the things I use is Google Voice, which is
right.
I don't know if you know what that is, but it's a phone number you get from Google, and you can use the Google Voice app, and it basically gives you a second phone number. And I use it as a junk number. If ever I do anything on Craigslist, I use my Google Voice phone number as the contact number because I can just close the app and nobody can bother me. But I have a Google Voice extension running in Chrome, and I send myself links to stories from my machine, my desktop, to my cell phone using the Google Voice number. And occasionally I type in the wrong number and send this stuff off to God knows who.
Just spamming random strangers.
Yeah, which is fun. Occasionally I'll type in the wrong number on purpose and just send it off out into the ether.
I mean, why wouldn't you really?
Oh yeah.
See if somebody actually responds to you.
Yep. Yeah.
That would be funny.
I'm trying to I'm on this Samsung Galaxy Note 5 webpage, and they've got all this information, for example, it has such a big screen that you can do side-by-side apps for multitasking.
Yes, that's pretty slick.
But I can't click on. I'm trying to click on that to get more information about it. It doesn't work. They don't link you to other pages.
You must be on a. Are you on a Mac? You must be on a Mac.
No, I'm on a PC. It's just a shitty website. I guess they'll copy Apple's website next week. Oh.
No, that side-by-side thing is cool. Like you can open an email and then have like your web browser open and find something on the web that you need to copy into an email and just drag it and drop it into the email.
Yeah, I like that. I do like that.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, the new the new iPad, the iPad Pro does stuff like that. I don't know. It's kind of cool. All right, we're going to a break. When we get back, I'm going to well, you probably have stuff to talk about. I want to talk about jailbreaking. I mentioned it earlier. And fly. There's a fly in the studio. I am going to kill him during the break. We'll be back, I don't know, after this.
I'm going to post a picture for people to like that poor fly.
All right, we're on a break.
I'm
Yeah,
Facebooking you this picture.
This website, man, it's it's a nice website, but everything like multitask like never before, and there's no link to give me more information about it.
It's awesome.
It's like, okay, I would love to multitask like never before, but show me how.
All right, let's see if this works. I'm trying to. Okay.
Oh, here we go. I just got a photo from you in Facebook.
Facebook Messenger.
So why? I wonder why it's not sending to my phone.
It's. I couldn't do it earlier either. I tried. I took a.
Dude, look at those boots.
Like it was going to be. Right.
Yes.
Those are my Jeffrey Campbell Zoinks.
Oh, those are amazing.
Aren't they fabulous?
Yeah, they are.
So, but the scrunchy bit is leg warmer.
Yeah, no, I see that. Yeah, you are bringing back the leg warmers.
Yeah.
Or the ankle warmers, I should say. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. What is
it?
Go
to the post office.
Is that carpet you're stood on?
Yeah, it's a rug.
Yeah, I like that.
In front of the door.
Yeah.
In front of the front door.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah. If you ever came to my house, you'd see it in person.
Yeah. Well, I should. In fact, we talked about that, and I said I would love to come up there. So I should at some point.
Then you didn't actually come up here, though.
Well, I get that. I understand, but
I'm just saying.
Yeah, no,
I was finishing the story.
Yeah,
that was the rest of the story.
Here's the rest of the story. Who was that? Larry Munson?
Oh, no.
Are you sure?
Trust me, I know my Larry Munson. That was the old white dude at the end of 60 Minutes.
I thought that was Larry Munson.
Honey, Larry Munson is the voice of the dog.
Oh, yeah, he was the Georgia Dogs guy. Paul Harvey.
Yeah.
It was Paul Harvey. Okay. Yeah, Larry Munson was the old fucker that did the Georgia Bulldogs.
Right.
Oh, what do you think about that? Mark Richt. Because you being a Bulldog person.
Yes. I was there for the switchover from, oh my God, I can't even think of the coach we had before Mark Richt. I will think of his name in a minute. Jim Donnan to Mark Richt. It was a great change, but I understand the arguments that we're not playing at the level that we should be playing at with the talent that we have.
Mm-hmm.
So, he's a great guy. He's a great coach. Is he the coach that we need right now? He might not be. So, I really hope that there is a plan to keep him on and have him, I don't know, be athletic director or something.
Got it. Oh, I got that fly. Sorry.
Nice.
Yeah, I isn't that the idea? So I've seen that floated around that they were going to keep him as athletic director.
Well, I think that's
isn't he in the middle of a big old contract? Idea. Well, isn't he in the middle of a massive contract?
I don't know. When there was talk of LSU firing Les Miles, that was the 18 million. People are like, oh, we'll just pay out his $18 million. I don't know what Coach Rick. Frankly, I just didn't read anything about it because I didn't want to think about it.
Right.
About them firing him. It's just devastating. You know what I mean? Like, right or wrong, it's a really hard transition for a program to go through.
Sure. Oh yeah, no, I agree. Jenny's husband Brent is a Nebraska guy, and they went through the same thing last year. They got rid of what I think was a reasonable coach. He had a pretty good record, if you ask me, but they got rid of him. What you gonna do? We are a minute away from going back. What are we talking about? Jailbreaking. Anything else?
Jailbreaking. We got to do our app of the week.
Okay. Oh yes. Which I do not have. Do I? Wait.
I have two.
Okay. Good.
Do you know Feedly? Feedly.
I sure do. I used to use it.
Okay. That's one of mine. So maybe I can.
Yep. Talk about
speak
Feedly
briefly, and then you can jump onto that one.
Yeah, I like.
And then
Feedly.
my other one is a free language learning app, foreign language learning app.
Okay, I have one. After you've talked about Feedly, I'm going to talk to you about one which is probably built right into your phone.
Okay.
But we'll deal with that in a minute. We are 20 seconds away.
Cool. I don't know if you wanted to
go ahead.
Talk on air about the streaming PS4 deal, or that was the only other thing on my list. Then the Amazon Prime videos on the new Apple TV.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that.
That's my whole list.
All right, here we go. All right, we're back. Danny, I mentioned jailbreaking before the break because that D, as I call her, D, got her phone hacked. I'm using quotey fingers.
Yeah.
Because I think it was more of a user. I think it was what do they call that? Where it requires human interaction. Whatever, I can't remember. Anyway, and I mentioned jailbreaking. Here's what jailbreaking is in a nutshell. You are hacking your operating system. So generally the jailbreak community come up with an app that you run on your phone, which unlocks the operating system on their phone and allows you to do things that it should not do. I used to jailbreak back in the day when the iPhone was remarkably limited. But when it first released, you couldn't even do MMS on an iPhone. You couldn't record video. It had a camera, but Apple, in their infinite wisdom, decided only to allow photographs. So I jailbroke my phone to add that functionality back in. One of the drawbacks to jailbreaking is that you are actually breaking the security of the phone. You're allowing third-party applications to be installed, and which could conceivably and third-party app stores to be installed, which conceivably can make your phone vulnerable to attack from the outside. Now, while I don't think Dee jailbroke her phone, I think she was did fall foul to one of the apps in the App Store that had a third party. What was it? It was a third party. I want to say it was a third party store. I'm again using quotey fingers inside of it. I can't remember exactly. So yeah, I don't think she jailbroke, but potentially jailbreaking could cause the same issues, right? You could jailbreak your phone, install a third-party application which included a phone home function to somebody's server somewhere in, I don't know, let's say Syria. And ISIS could start sending warnings to your damn phone saying, "Oh wow, you've been compromised, and you need to call us at
and then anonymous sees that you're
and then anonymous
and then
flags you as a member of ISIS, and you're right up shit
and
creek.
then they shut you down.
Yeah. Yep. However, a lot of people jailbreak because of the functionality benefits.
We used to do it just because it's fun.
Yeah. Well, I did it also because it made things useful. I could install a, how on Android devices, most of them, you can swipe down from the top and it gives you quick access to all your settings, turning on your Bluetooth and your Wi-Fi and your hotspot and things like that. You can get access to all those things and turn them on and off quickly. You can't do that on the iPhone. You can with a few. But for example, if I want to turn on my hotspot for tethering, I have to open a folder, go to my settings app, I have to find the personal hotspot application and then turn it on from there, which is, in my opinion, kind of a pain in the butt. I would rather, it's cumbersome. I would rather be able to swipe up or down from either the top or bottom of the screen and have a grid of everything that was a toggle. So I should be able to turn on my hotspot from a little toggle switch that I can get to very quickly. Well, jailbreaking allows you to add third-party applications that handle that kind of functionality for you. And so there are, it's attractive to some people. One of the things I've considered jailbreaking for is a screen recorder, right? Because I would like to be able to capture the screen of my iPhone as a video so that I can demo an application and post it and show people what it can do. But you can't do that on the phone because Apple don't allow that kind of application. If you jailbreak, I can install an app that will actually record video of the screen of my phone. So but I've avoided it probably since the iPhone 4. I jailbroke my iPhone 4S for, I don't know, about 6 months, and then just went back to stock firmware because the stock firmware it did pretty much everything I wanted to do on a phone. It's one of the advantages of Android is it's an open system, right? And if you want to install a screen recorder, you can install it. You're not limited by what Google have decided you can and cannot do to your phone. However,
which is not always a good thing.
Yeah, no, and it's not, because I mean we see a new vulnerability at least every week for the Android operating system, and it's because of that open nature of the operating system that it happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's rare that you see those kind of vulnerabilities on an iOS device unless you jailbreak. So while jailbreaking may be a benefit to you, you've got to be overly careful of what you do from that point on. And again, if you start getting these pop-ups saying, do this, call this number, do things like that, you've got to know what you're doing before you respond to them. And don't just go calling that number and giving them your damn credit card, because that'll be it. Somebody will then have your credit card. Anyway, sorry. I just wanted to throw that out there about jailbreaking and be careful. What else did we have?
We got to do our apps of the week.
Well,
Sounds like somebody didn't do his homework. You're stalling.
No, I did not. I downloaded an app and deleted it almost immediately, and I can't remember what it was.
Oh, you know what? I have one that you might not like me having. I've been reading about it. This is not my app of the week. This is something for you to chastise me about. It is Shazam.
Yeah, I love Shazam.
Okay, good. Because it just seemed, I don't know. It seemed
I just like the name. It reminds me of, what was that awful television show you guys used to watch when you were younger with the stupid sheriff and his deputy? Shazam!
Oh, Andy Griffith.
Yeah, Shazam. It reminds me of Andy Griffith.
Yeah. Yeah, and I have read reviews about it. I've tried to find, because it just seems so like, hey, y'all come on into the living room and see what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, it's got to be bad. It has to be.
Honestly, I don't know. I've never looked into it. I use Shazam and I use SoundCloud, or SoundHound, sorry, is what it's called. And for people that don't know, these are, if there's a song playing and you don't know what it is, Shazam will listen to it and then identify the song for you. I have to assume it's okay because Siri now has that functionality. You can ask Siri, hey, what am I listening to? And it utilizes Shazam's back end to get you that information. So I'm gonna.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't find anybody saying. I mean, and I don't think it asked for any weird permissions.
Yeah, no,
and I couldn't find anybody. So
it should be fine.
But yeah, my app of the week is no.
I love it.
Feedly.
Feedly. Yeah.
Feedly.
Yeah, I love Feedly.
Yeah. It's
Now,
one of those.
before you describe what it is, let me tell you why I love it. Um,
Okay.
Google used to do their own system. It was called Google Reader, and when Google announced that it was end of lifing Google Reader, I had to find an alternative. And Feedly stepped up to the plate and said, "We will migrate your Google Reader account
Oh.
into Feedly so that you can continue to use, you know, everything you were accustomed to getting, but now you'll use Feedly." Anyway, now people know why I like it. Go ahead and say what it is.
Um, it is an app that compiles articles. Um, and what I like it, I was using Flipboard. I'm not really using it. It was on my phone and it's pretty. And
That's the one I wanted to tell you about. Go ahead.
But you can't really control the sources, at least not easily. Like you might be able to go into settings and tell it whether or not to pull from certain publications, but Feedly makes that really easy. Like it gives you lists of publications to check off if you want to get articles from them.
Right. So I'm going to tie this back into podcasting because they both use the same system. They both use RSS syndication.
Mm-hmm.
So each of your news sources. Now, Feedly is a news reader. It's an RSS reader, which most people use to read the news. And you subscribe to an RSS feed, which inside of Feedly, it doesn't feel or look like you're subscribing to an RSS feed. It just looks like you're subscribing to a website, but it is an RSS feed. And whenever a new story is published, it's published, they update their RSS feed and it gets pushed or pulled, and however the case may be, to your device. So you get the latest stories updated immediately. So that's what Feedly does in a nutshell. Now, the difference between Feedly and Flipboard, and I love Flipboard, but I'll tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
Flipboard also said, we will migrate your Google Reader account. So yeah, you're absolutely right. The way of finding or subscribing to feeds in Flipboard is not as granular as it is inside of Feedly. In Feedly, hell, you can type in an RSS feed on your own and subscribe to it that way. But it also gives you individual sites, whereas Flipboard groups, for example, you could subscribe to politics or news or, you know, Apple News or something like that. So it's a more encompassing subscription, whereas Feedly lets you fine grain your subscriptions. However, in Flipboard, I do have my Google Reader, all the feeds from my Google Reader inside of Flipboard as well. Maybe that's why I like it a little more than you do.
Well, I don't necessarily dislike it. I just, you know, maybe it goes back to the whole, you know, dozen years I spent in grad school, being able to pick out which publications I get the updates from. I like that. But I do also like the fact that Flipboard just gives me a whole bunch of current news articles right now that I can flip through quickly and see what's going on, you know, while I'm waiting for somebody on the phone to get to the freaking point.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, as opposed to where Feedly, it's everything that Engadget, all of Engadget's articles from today or whatever.
Yes. Yeah. Now, Apple released their own on the newer iPhone, or in iOS 9, I should say. They included their app called News. And again, it's their RSS reader, effectively. And while I do like it, it is slow as hell. It doesn't update in the background. So every time I open it, it has to refresh, and it seems to take forever to refresh. So I still use a combination of Flipboard and Feedly to get my news. And of course, Twitter. I get a lot of news from Twitter, which is even more instant. But yeah, no, I love Feedly. Yeah, I think it's a brilliant app. It just got updated, I think last week as well. They changed the look a little bit, at least on iOS
Oh,
they did. I'm not sure. I'm opening it up right now. They changed the look on iOS a little bit. Um, Nothing dramatic. They just the way you scroll through pages and the layout now. The default layout now is their uh well, I don't. Okay, I'm trying to think, but because I also use it inside of Chrome. I have a Chrome app for Feedly,
right.
and when you use it that way, there's a number of ways you can lay out the stories. You can lay them out as just headlines. You can lay them out with a small picture and then a few lines from the story, which I think they call highlights. Then they have a magazine layout and things like that. And I believe the update to the app did away with. Oh no, it didn't do away with them. I still have them. There's title only. There is list view. There's magazine view, and then there's cards view, which is the full story on each page, and you flip through them. But what they did, they've changed some of their transitions and sped up the application as a whole, because Feedly runs like a rocket. The Apple app is slow as molasses. So Apple have a lot of work to do in their
Yeah.
app. But yeah, I love Feedly. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about it. My other app of the week is called Duolingo, and it is an app to learn foreign languages.
Yeah.
And I think it might have some cred, and I'll tell you why. I decided to start.
Go on.
Have you go?
I've heard of it. Yeah, it has.
Okay.
It's credible.
Okay. I started. I just kind of started messing around with it, and I was like, well, let me brush up on my French. So the first thing it does is ask if you're a beginner or if you have some skills, and if you have some skills, it'll let you test out of certain, things.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, well, I have some skills. I failed French in high school and then took it in college.
Right.
So recognize immediately that I don't remember shit from my college French classes.
Right.
And did not let me test out of a single skill. So,
so you're
it's
basically starting from scratch on Duolingo, which is good though,
Yeah.
because you got to go back and I've actually considered it because I want to learn Italian. I like
and
I did French in high school, and I like the Romance languages, and I think Italian is a beautiful language. I would love to learn that.
And I will tell you from an actual teacher sort of pedagogical point of view, from what little I did see of it, it presents the language verbally, so you get the auditory. It doesn't you don't have to speak it. I was going to say, obviously, I guess it could have that functionality, but it's free for fuck's sake.
Mm-hmm.
You do have to recognize what they're saying and type it out in some cases. Recognize what they're saying and pick the words and translate it both ways.
Right.
So, there is definitely some content there.
Gotcha.
And it didn't buy my bullshit for a second. None of it. So that was good.
I should give it a try because I know people that have learned languages with that software in the yellow box. What's that stuff called? You know what I mean.
Kurt's got Latin downstairs. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
So I should try it out and see how it goes. Maybe I'll be speaking Italian by next week.
That'd be fun. Maybe we could have dinner together, and I could speak French and you could speak Italian. We'd have no idea. Neither one of us have any idea what the other's talking about.
Absolutely. We'll go to a Greek restaurant.
That would be so fun.
Yeah. So the app I downloaded was a game. It was called Battlefield, Call of Mini Battlefield, and it's I guess it's one of the Battlefield series of games, which I'm sure Kurt knows about. But
is it Call of Mini, like MINI, like Rise Up of the Midget?
Yeah, Call of Mini Battlefield.
Mini, the little guys?
Yeah, tiny little blocky guys. They're great.
Yeah.
So I downloaded this and I liked it. I shouldn't say this, but what got my attention was the little blocky Lego looking Adolf Hitler that was in one of their screenshots. And I thought, damn, it's a World War II game. So I download it and I have it on my iPad and I started playing it and I didn't get too far into it because it does not, here's the drawback, it does not support my controller. I have to now use the touch screen things on this. I have to play it on the screen, and I'm terrible at that. But it's honestly, it's a good game, and the graphics are so simple. It's like it's like a video game from the 90s or earlier than that. It's like an Atari game. It's all blocky and stuff, but it's funny and it's cute and it's I mean, I shouldn't say it's cute. It's about killing Nazis. But it's a lot of fun. I hope they update it to support Bluetooth controllers. Well, that was the app I downloaded.
Yeah.
Which
I think Kurt actually did talk about something about killing, I don't know, Hitler, Nazi, something.
Yeah, I'm going to consider that.
He talks a lot about video games.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as you should.
I keep trying to get him to call in. But tonight he's like, I don't feel very chatty. I was like, really?
Ooh, I found, you subscribe to Netflix, right?
Yeah.
I found a website, Netflix, and I found a website that tells you what's coming to Netflix that's new. Well, I guess it's Netflix. And what is being removed from Netflix. I
keep seeing those popping up on Facebook.
Yeah. And maybe that's what. No, I saw it in Flipboard. It came up, one of Engadget. It was Engadget. It was in their feed. And it popped up and it said, oh, look, here's what's coming up in December and what's being removed in December. And here we go. It's called www.whats-on-netflix.com. WHATS-ON-NETFLIX.com. And it tells you what's coming up and what's going to be removed and stuff like that. It's kind of cool. I had no idea that this. Yeah, I had no idea that this thing existed. But yeah, I thought that was pretty neat. Coming soon, leaving soon. Top lists. I don't know. You could chances are you can log in here and add stuff to your queue, and I don't know. But I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't even know that existed.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Complete list of titles expiring from Netflix in the U.S. November 2015. I guess they need to update this as we're in December. But yeah, pretty cool. Oh well. Anyway, all right, that's about it, Dan.
Are we out of time? Keith didn't even get to call in. I hogged up the whole show.
Oh no, Keith can call in next week.
All right.
Hopefully, anyway, unless he has hockey. I didn't know. I thought Keith was at hockey tonight.
No, he's been texting me off-color messages.
Has he?
Yeah.
Telling you to get off the phone?
I haven't gotten off the phone, but
that's funny. All right. Well, hopefully Keith can keep what he had in mind for next week. All right, Danny. Thank you. Brother. Hey, when are you here? The 14th.
14th. Yeah, that's soon. I just looked on my work calendar. I only have to work one more week, and then I get to go there.
It's
Monday.
Like
not next week, but the week after.
Yeah, the week after Monday. Very cool. All right. Well, then we will see you. I guess if my dates are right, it'll be on the 15th. You'll be here in the studio.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I will be there.
All right. Well, thank you.
I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye.
And there goes Danny. And here goes me. That's about all I got time for tonight. Morning show tomorrow. Again, the word according to Military Mike on the 9th, December or January? So December 9th. Okay, it is December 9th. Tomorrow is, Ice Days. And, just for fun skating. Listeners get in half price. And what about us? Okay. Hosts are free. Is Mike going? And they have heavy duty, like industrial skates for that fat ass. Okay. Yeah. So tomorrow night, at what time? 7 o'clock. Ice Days in downtown Old Town Conyers, which is fun, by the way. I went last year with some friends, and it's a lot of fun. I do not skate. I kind of flap around like a complete disaster. Morning show tomorrow. Tune in for that. Who's on the show tomorrow?
Me, Denise, Stephanie, and Mike.
Scott, Denise, Stephanie, and Mike. Oh, Mike's coming in. He won't have cake. I know he does. I did not eat your cake, Mike. I don't even know where it is. Nobody offered me a piece. Bastards. And guys, I'm out of here. I'll see you next week. Thanks for listening. Did not hear. Yeah, I didn't hear from Janice. I'm guessing they didn't get the count in. Oh, let me yeah, there you go.
Bye, guys.
See ya.